Day 80. Time marker is 6:30. It's May 30th, day 80. We're gonna see some friends off, hike another few more miles, and call it at a shelter 3 miles from the road. A whole whopping 10 miles today. I'm doing good with my book, and I'm doing good with the rest. So, no complaints this way. There'll be time enough for 20s and 30s. They'll be coming soon out here.
3 children, and me, who's my neighbor, he's the youngest. It was 3 boys.
That would just be so kind of you.
Take your time, I gotta pee first.
Oh my gosh.
So far, super glue and a prayer is holding these shoes together, and honestly, they're doing okay. But, like I said, in Pennsylvania, there's a place called Port Royal. If I'm saying that right, I believe it's Port Royal. You can get, okay, basically the microtel is in like walking distance of a Cabela's. That's like a nice big old, and it's funny because for all I know, they went out of business because of COVID. All I'm doing is just using my same memory, but Cabela's has been there since 2005. And basically, I can walk there and get some new boots. But at any rate, before I really get into Pennsylvania proper, I do want to get some new boots. So that's the place that I've ordained, that when I get there, I'll check into the hotel, and then I'll get a ride to Cabela's, and then I'll get my 3rd pair of boots there, because you really need good foot support and strong boots when you're going through Pennsylvania proper because of all the rocks out here. I think it's Port Clinton. I mean, I could look at the book at any moment, but we'll figure it out when we get there. I mean, I know it's there out here. I realize this isn't common knowledge and it may come off as BS, but believe it or not, water can only sink so far into the earth. You know? What do you mean? I mean that, think about it. If the earth was like a sponge, and when you drop water on a sponge, it just seeps all the way down until it hits the base and just keeps going, then basically there would be no underground wells, there'd be no reservoirs, there'd be none of that, because it'll just continue to seep through. But at some point, the force of what we call or know as gravity stops, and water floats. It'll just stay at a certain level, and it won't go any further down. Now think of it like an astronaut floating in space where they can't fall anymore. Well, it's the same thing underground. Now, I'm telling you this just so you can get a visual, okay? Well, it's the same thing. Different minerals, like for example, oil can only go so far into the ground, and it won't go any further, given the density or whatever. Now, you can use physics, you can talk about gravity, but the point I'm trying to make is that certain substances, as they hit the earth, can only be absorbed so far. We know this is true because there are underwater reservoirs, there are underwater water sources, there are wells where if you drill deep enough, you're going to hit a water source, and from that point you can tap it. So your next question is, well then, how come the water source itself doesn't continue to sink down? That's the point I'm trying to tell you. There is a point where water stops, the force of gravity stops, and water just floats in the earth itself. That explains a lot about the, flooding and all that. But the point of that is pretty much an intelligent creation, that pretty much water should not go further than the roots that need it. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about forests and roots and the water table and all this other stuff. Roots run deep. Okay, a taproot can run as deep as a. So I mean, it can run hundreds and thousands of feet underground, and so can water. But the roots know when the water stops. Everything knows, and so it's just it's different out here. The point I'm trying to make is there is so much we don't know, both above and below. You know. And it's funny too, because when you think about minerals, say silver, gold, diamonds, iron ore, all these different minerals has a sweet spot as far as depth, as far as where they like to hang out. And in most cases, it's the pressure that creates, okay, we already know that pressure on coal creates diamonds. At least that's what we're taught. But how do we know that certain pressure on tin won't turn to copper, or certain pressure on let's say silver or platinum won't turn to gold? So basically, it's a chemistry lab all around us, and it's not just the ingredients or elements that we are aware of. Because yeah, you have darkness, that's an ingredient. Pressure, that's an ingredient. Gas, salt, minerals, these are all ingredients, and when they come together over time, you know, things can just be created. And when you look at the different levels of Earth and you break it down from a mineral standpoint, you can see as you go down to the levels, you know, what's the best environment where certain iron ores, gases, anything are found. I feel like I'm babbling. In fact, I know I'm babbling, but it's interesting. It's interesting to know that water just can't continue to just seep through and just disappear. You know, that's an intelligent creation to say that you're only going to go so far and you will be reused. Think about that out here. All right, we just said goodbye to our trail buddies. 3 more miles to the shelter. This day's a wrap. It's 11:07 out here. Leaving the Shenandoahs. Tom Floyd shelter. I'll show it to you. In for the day though. It's 12 o'clock. That's how you end a day for real out here. How you doing? How you doing? Look at that thing.
Hi, buddy. Oh.
Now we're a little exaggerating.
That thing is huge.
You ever seen a spider as big as your hand?
Well, tarantula.
No, I mean as big as your hand.
I thought a tarantula is as big as your hand.
Saudi, they got camel
Look
spiders.
at that. Look at that big spider. Thing is huge. Wow. Well, if it could jump, you got your face all up in it. So I'm at tent site 3. I'm a stone's throw away from the shelter right there. I'm not even gonna put my my rain fly on. I'm just gonna sleep like this because you need the airflow. It's been kind of warm at night, so got everything set up here. Got the bugs out. It's 1:09. I think I'm gonna lay down and take a nap for like 2 hours and go from there out here. So I just woke up from a nap. It's like 10 after 3. I took a nap about 2 o'clock after I got my water. What I'm gonna do now is go back up to the shelter and cook. Go ahead and eat dinner. Then after that, I'm gonna come back and read, and then go to sleep. Yeah, so this will be the third time I took a nap on the trail. And I gotta tell you, man, you can't get enough rest out here. Just like you can't eat enough out here, you can't get enough rest out here. So I could stay asleep. I could just not do anything, but I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna stick to the plan. I don't think I'll do a fire today. I just want to cook, eat, and then lay back down. We'll see. Anyway, day 80. Yeah, out here. All right, day 80, going down. Today was a good day. We did like 10 miles. We'll call it 11. Tomorrow we're gonna do 3 miles to the road, and that'll be the end of that. We'll get a hotel, chill, do our thing. And then after that, it's going to be back to the basics. I already looked ahead. We're looking at 15, and then 20, and then another 15, and then we'll be in Harper's Ferry. And then, we're just going to kick in the nitrous oxide and just move on down the trail. I think I got enough rest as far as the rest equity goes. All I see are blue skies. I like sleeping with the moon roof so I can see all the stars at night. So all is good. This Monday was a holiday. Today is a holiday, so tomorrow is back to the business as usual as far as the Memorial Day weekend coming to a close. That being said, I love that nap so much. I'm going to bed early. As you can see, we got the blue skies. Anyway, I'm going to holler at you guys tomorrow. You have a good night. Day 80, May 30th. We out. So, good morning. It's May 31st, day 81. We're going to do an easy 3. Head into town, Motel 8. Wash some clothes, get a little siesta in, and see one more friend off, and then it's back to the old grind out here. And when I say town, I mean Front Royal out here. She could, in essence, slack pack, using the bed and breakfast. This walkway is new. It's reminiscent of New Jersey. You'll see it when I get to that state, how you just walk on one of these for like half a mile. It's real beautiful too. And just like that, the trail spits you out to the road to Front Royal. And the cars know you're home. When you hear the cars, you know you're there. Front Royal's that way. That's the trail. And there's a bed and breakfast 0.7 miles down the way.
There was just several backpacks, and when we came through there, by the time we left, there was probably a good dozen. So, yeah.
Okay. Dropping everything in the room. Now we're going to the laundromat. We're at the Motel 8, and believe it or not, they have a pancake machine downstairs. Go figure, right?
There's something so relaxing about a backyard.
All right, today was a good day. Tomorrow we're going to hike out, do 15 miles, but I'm enjoying the relaxation. Just came back from a Mexican restaurant. There's an ice cream place across the street. I'm loving this rest equity. This is a good day 81. It's the last day in May. I'll see you June 1st. And we're going to be at day 82. That's going to be hard to remember. 1 plus just subtract 1, I guess. Anyway, good night, and I'll see you in the new month out here. Morning, day 82. Headed off to Dunkin' Donuts. $6:33. We're getting an early start. Be on the trail within the half hour out here. Happy June 1st, day 82. Needless to say, the internet at the Motel 8 was not sufficient for uploading movies, but you know, you work with what you got. I got a movie done. I just have to wait until I get to an adequate place to actually upload. Back to the trail. Okay, we'll do a minimum of 15 today, and we will go where the trail takes us. Day 82. Let's do it. I'm on a side trail that leads to a bed and breakfast. Since I do have a movie, I want to see if I could use their internet to upload this movie and then head out again. So we'll see. Looks like a ghost town. There's no life here. No hikers, no cars. You'd think with the advertisements there'd be somebody. There's nothing. I don't see anyone here. I'm going to go back on the trail. It was worth a shot. I mean, it was so close I couldn't pass it up out here. Okay, I passed somebody going southbound, and apparently I'm over a mile in. That bed and breakfast was 0.7, and I didn't see no indication of a hostel anywhere, so it's not that simple as far as, oh, just hike in and you'll see it. So good luck with that if you're looking for it. What I just passed was just a former thru-hiker giving trail magic. That's all that was, and there was nobody home. So 2 different places, but at least the guy put something out on the trail to mark it, and you can clearly see where his house was. Hostel didn't do any of that out here. I mean, the bed and breakfast didn't do any of that. Checkpoint Alpha. Denton Shelter. Let's take a look. Oh, this is beautiful. It really is. I remember this now.
Sun though.
What's wrong with the sun? That's a good. Anyway, this is a shower.
Yeah.
Spring water. I can see how the water's pumped in there. Yeah. See, and this is the overflow right here.
Yeah.
But I bet that water's not hot. I don't care what anybody.
To see if it worked, but I didn't.
When you're hiking with people, even for a moment, it helps to be in enough proximity such that you can take pictures of them and they can take pictures of you if that's what's necessary. But if you're a mile down the road, then what's the point? So I'm trying to stay in enough proximity where I could be of use out here. Let's take a look at this privy. I've heard such good things about it. You have the double doors. Check that out. Ooh, can sanitizer. Metal toilets. Those are okay, but they transfer coolness as well as heat. Yeah, and just one fly, and that's a bumblebee, so not so bad. All right.
How about being on the trail here? I did a good job.
Hi. Checkpoint Bravo, Manassas Gap Shelter. Take a look at it. This is the shelter. I just passed Checkpoint Charlie. I didn't have the presence of mind to show you the shelter. It was 0.3 miles off trail. I wasn't going anyway. Anyway, it's 3:22. I'm about a mile away from the park. Basically, it's a park where there's a ranger station there. You know, there's running water, there's Coke machines, there's even vending. There's like a, what do you call it? A concession stand and stuff. It's like a little place where tourists come together. But like I said, there's a swimming pool. You can even take a shower if you want. But I'll show you more than I can tell you. And that's coming up. So, the park will be, the shelter I passed was 15 miles. To say that I've already done 15 miles, this park will be sitting at 17 or 18. And we're not going to stay in the park because technically you can't pitch a tent in the park. But we'll get here early enough, you know, just chill, you know, eat some concessions, relax for a moment, wash up, because I tell you what, I've been sweating like a sow, and go from there. I'll show you the park when we get there, out here. Apparently my memory's wrong. The park that they're talking about is not the park in my memory. And it's just too far off the boundary. So it's just another hike. There's nothing to see here, out here. So I've been hiking for 12 hours. Actually 12 hours, 46 minutes. This is one of those accidental long days. And I told you, the longest days you'll end up doing will be an accident. But we are well past 20. So I'll give you a hard number when we get where we're going, but it was a blessed day. It was a good day. There was a lot of things that happened that was just perfect, you know, memorable. So I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I am starting to chafe though. Remember, body glide. And for the record, when I know I'm going to do 20 miles or more, I always put on the body glide, because when you sweat and then dry up and sweat and dry up, that salt collects where it shouldn't. And yeah, it just starts to rub you. It feels like metal grindings between your legs. So remember that out here.
Pretty view.
Mm-hmm.
And I found what I needed was practical information.
As you can see, we're running out of daylight, but here's the shelter, and trust me, we can see a little bit more. It's not that bad. Rod Hollow Shelter. I'll give you the miles when I get in. Okay, let's go. It is 8:16, and it has been 13 hours, just so we know, out here. So yeah, day 82, we did 23.7 today. That's the kind of day we had, 13 hours. All right, I'm gonna go get some water before it gets too dark.
Before we
out
continue
here.
this conversation, I'm standing next to you and I'm sorry.
Have a great day.
I stayed in
Good night.
2 days ago.
All right, good morning. It's June 2nd, day 83. As you know, we did the 23 miles yesterday. I'm still tired. I plan on taking a nap, but that's not the kicker. In 13 miles, we'll be in another state. But in 10 miles, there's a hostel called Bear's Den Hostel. I'm going to stay there. It's really nice. You get a free pancake breakfast in the morning, but you got to make it yourself. You know I'm a cook. I got no problem with that. And then the very next day after that, we're going to cross the border into West Virginia. I'll get a little sample and all that. So I'm looking forward to an easy day. It's been a while since we did the big miles, but 13 hours on your feet, that just takes a toll sometimes, you know. I need some new boots too, so at some point when I get to West Virginia, I am going to pull over and get some boots, but one day at a time. Good morning out here. Okay, this is first evidence. Springer Mountain, Georgia, 1,000 miles to the right. And then there's something else, but I guess you can say we're halfway home. No worse to wear, feel great, practicing ABCs, blah, blah, blah. All right. Oh, yeah, it's supposed to rain today. So what I'm trying to do, that's another reason why I'm going to this hostel, but I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't make a difference what I did yesterday or what my plans were. I was always going to stay at this hostel. It just so happens it ends up being a 10-mile day. Got no problem with it. All right. The hostel was great. The experience is great. Last time, man, I had a stack of pancakes so high. I was in heaven. So yeah, I did like that experience and I want to do it again. So, and besides that, I need a nap. That 23 was something else. I was, let me just say that, how can I put it? I don't want to judge, but it's just more about the nature of people. So, I was hiking with some people, and, you know, like, it was a hard day. I get it. And so you had people like, wow, you guys look haggard. What can I do for you? Right? And so this one guy goes into this building and he comes back with 2 ice cold Cokes. All right. Essentially it was trail magic. I was offering to buy, or I was asking for a Coke machine, and he's just like, don't worry about it. So he goes in, he comes back with 2 Cokes. He gives me one and he gives one to my partner, and they're like, I don't drink Coke. And I said to myself, wow. And I'm like, sir, thank you very much. But my attitude is, the proper response is thank you. I mean, are you kidding me? Guy didn't have to do anything. And then a little while later, another guy, he's like, cause we're just chilling for a second, right? Catching our breath. Another guy goes into his house, get some ice cold water, right? And because what happened was the person was like, I don't drink Coke. So the guy came back, which he didn't have to, gave him some water. But then, okay, a few seconds later, another guy comes out of his house, 2 ice cold things of water, right? Hands me one. I'm like, thank you, sir. Tries to give one to the other person. I already have water. I don't want that. And I'm saying to myself, again, the proper response is thank you. So I don't understand it. Maybe it's an entitlement nature, whatever, but that's the wrong attitude to have out here. And that's not the kind of karma, that's not the kind of energy I want to associate myself with. So yeah, out here. All I'm saying is just be grateful. These people don't got to do jack for you, all right? Just make the first response. The first thing you reach for, thank you. Let it be thanks. And go from there. Out here. So again, we may be 1,000 miles deep, but we're still not halfway through. Even at Harper's Ferry, still won't be halfway. They will have a marking for it, a ceremonial marking for it. And of course, I'll show you when that time comes. We're still about 100 miles away from that out here. It's already starting to sprinkle a little bit, even though I see blue skies. I never gave you a time marker. Right now it's 9:16 out here. For the record, I know at some point I'm going to get these days wrong because there was 31 days in May and now, so even though today is June 2nd, it's day 83 for me out here. I might forget to subtract a day at some point. So I know right now we're at 83 and if I miss a day, of course, you're going to be there to remind me. So, and for the record, just because it's taken me 33 days to traverse 1,000 miles, don't think it's going to take that same amount to do another 1,000 at all. I can probably crank that out, the same thing out in another 40 days. That's not a challenge. I was just saying, generally, when you're starting out, you take a lot of zeros, you take a lot of rests, you try to find your, but after 3 months in, you pretty much get your rhythm and you just go with it. So if I had to guess, I'd probably say I'll probably be done with the trail in about 45 to 50 more days. I'll be in Maine. I mean, just guessing. But I just want you to know that one does not necessarily equate to the other. Okay? Out here. Then again, I am an old fart, so if it takes me till September to finish, I wouldn't be surprised out here. That sign right there says Bear's Den in 4 miles. That's where I'm going. That's the terminus. And the time marker is 9:45. Checkpoint Alpha, shelter. All right, let's get to the den. Bear's Den, Trail Center. Let's go. It's 10 till 12. After last night, that was a hard 10. I had to take my whole shirt off. I'm sweating profusely, and I don't think it's the heat out here. Oh, so basically, I'm taking a shower as soon as I get in here. I'm gonna try to locate a dryer and a washer and go from there out here. Bear's Den is like a castle. You see the stones? Basically, it's ancient. It goes way back. And all they did was repurpose the castle and retrofit it on the inside with, you know, I want to say hiker amenities, but nah, just some stuff. 7 years ago, it was the Da Vinci Code trying to get in here. Let's see what we got now. No pets inside. Please do not let the dog out. No public restrooms, guests only. Same caretaker. I was at the front door. He said go around back. 253 will get you in. He said the hostel opens up at 5. So that's where I'm going.
Yo.
How you doing?
Yeah. Hey, August.
What's up?
Everyone comes in here like dead, die.
It was hot. I just sweating profusely.
Came in the same fucking way. Hi, August. How are you?
So some hikers just left. They're going down to the brewery to eat. The only thing I'm concerned about is this shower right here, right there. I can join them later. The hostel doesn't open till 5. It's 12 o'clock. These boots are a concern. I will not be leaving. I will not be leaving a Harper's Ferry without new boots. Period. Paragraph. All right, out here. As you can see, the rubber separated and the boot just opened up. So this is what I'm hiking on right now, and those rocks are not making it easier. So yeah, definitely new boots, Harper's Ferry. I'd rather not get them at Walmart. That's the last option. If I do, then if that's the only option, I'll do it. Then I will get the boots at Walmart. Walmart boots won't get me past 300 miles, but there's something to walk with. And if you keep the receipt, and walk 300 miles to the next Walmart, you can show them the boots. Sometimes they'll replace it, sometimes they won't. But what you got to lose? Out here. Okay, I'm checking the internet, downloading my stuff, charging my electronics. Then I'm going to get in this shower. It's 12:18. I'm moving a little slow, but I'm getting it done out here. So remember when I told you heaven does not withhold blessings, and that you are exactly where you need to be every single moment of the day? So anyway, I'm in here taking a shower, right? I step outside the shower and then I started getting on the phone to call shuttles to find somebody that's going to take me into town so I can buy some boots, right? Because the hostel didn't open till 5, and I'm looking at my clock and it said 12:30. So I'm like, okay, I got nothing but time to figure this out. So while I'm on the phone, guess who walks in? Odie. She's the same person that was doing trail magic and giving us rides that we stayed with in Front Royal. Next thing I know, she's like, give me a ride here, take the keys, do what you got to do. And that's exactly what I did. Bought my boots. So I'm squared away with my new pair of boots. I got, I got some refreshments and all that. I mean, it's just a straight blessing. Right now, it's 4:22 and the hostel's going to open in a half hour. So right now, I don't have to do anything when I get to Harper's Ferry. I don't have to worry about, okay, now how am I going to get boots? Where am I going to go? Everything just worked out. It just worked out, period. God is good. Okay, day 83. I'm not ready to close out just yet. I'm going to do some video editing and play with these boots for a while out here. Okay, the hostel's open now. This guy had 10 hours to do the laundry. Now I'm ready to dry my clothes, and I gotta wait 37 minutes for the dryer. Wah! I'm just saying, dude. Those are my clothes.
I was concerned about you too. I would have given it to these guys.
You saw the size of that line, and it's coming from both sides out here. All right, it's 7 o'clock. Like I said, I got all my stuff done. I'm just sitting here grinding. I'm gonna go upstairs and eat some Ben and Jerry's and do some video editing. And I'm gonna try, like I said, 10 o'clock is my bedtime. I'm not trying to stay up all night. I should be able to make a movie, but I may not be able to download it. Well, I know I won't be able to download it. So I'm thinking when I get to Harper's Ferry, I'm gonna need a hotel just so I can finish up with the logistics before I shoot out again. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it. This has been a beautiful day, perfect timing. June 2nd, day 83. We passed the 1,000 mark. Hooray! I'll be in a new state tomorrow, 5 miles down, and we'll play by ear. Good night.
Here's ice cream, ready to go.
All right, so it's 9 o'clock. I'm done with video editing. We're gonna end day 83 on a high note. I got my boots, I got everything I was supposed to do. Check this out, let me show you how hard the trail is. Yesterday I did 23 miles with a person that I was hiking with, and today they threw in the towel. They sent me a text saying that they're caught their husband and they're going home. But that's what it takes, one hard day, you know what I'm saying? And that's just the way the trail works, man. So you got to be careful. I told you your longest days will be a mistake, and those mistakes can send you home, just like that. So I don't know, another one bites the dust. That's all I can say. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this day out. Tomorrow I'm looking forward to a pancake breakfast on day 84. I will keep you abreast of that situation. You have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Day 83 out. Good night.
You can call me August Savant. Woo! You can be the best. You can be the champ.